All right, so Feather Redeemed, if I'm being honest, is kind of approaching Grixis control levels of, is this the card that finally makes Feather playable? And on this episode of Is This the Card That Finally Makes Feather Playable, Dromoka's command was added in the Historic Anthology. And to be fair to Feather, this is a very good card. So, can prevent damage from instant sorcery, so it can counter like a Lightning Helix. It can make people sacrifice enchantments, so you can get rid of like Search for Azcantas or Klothys. It puts a 1/1 counter on your creature, or it makes your creature fight something that's not yours. And both of those bottom two modes there work with Feather. So if you pick one of the bottom two modes and one of the top two modes, you get this effect over and over and over again. So you can kill endless enchantments, you can counter lots of burn spells, you can fight lots of things. Yeah, it bricks red base sweepers too, like Clarion and Sweltering Suns and stuff like that too. The rest of this deck, for people that haven't seen Feather before, you play other cards like 10th District Legionnaire that get bonuses when they get targeted, cards like Soul-Scar Mage that care about you playing lots of creatures, and then we've got effects like Blossoming Defense, Fight is One, and Defiant Strike here that let us target our creatures for value with Feather. We're playing some copies of Abundant Harvest here as well to smooth out our draws, as well as work with Dreadhorde Arcanist. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games here with this and see how this feels here today. Can Dromcom be the card that makes Feather feel a little bit more smooth? What do you think will be the most represented archetype in this weekend's Open since the back banning? So, if you look at the Opens historically speaking, our metagames tend to be a little bit different than a lot of the other bigger tournaments because of our prize structure in the community here. So, like, even when there's a known best deck, the known best deck tends to be underrepresented in our events just because people are mostly playing Magic for fun. Dirty, filthy casuals playing Magic for fun. The new board is gorgeous. All right, so do we play Soul-Scar on one here? I feel like since it's my only threat, I need to wait to play it on turn 2. I vomited in my mouth the thought of fun Magic. Listen, chat. I play Magic because I like to suffer. Dirty casuals, get your fun out of here. Do we just Reckless Rage this? That way we can block this next turn? Probably. Yeah, Delver Secrets would be fine in this format. Yikes. Well, we're not winning this race. Alright, so Reckless Rage, Abrade, Clarion. It's probably a matchup where Blossoming Defense comes out. They probably don't have that much interaction. I think Vault Scourge could be a threat in the Luris Aura's deck. Probably not. Doesn't sound much better than a lot of the other things you're doing. over Leonin? Well, Soul-Scar Mage costs half as much mana as Leonin, and Soul-Scar Mage lets your Reckless Rage shrink things. Yeah, Healer's Hawk has been a card that archetype could already play. Would Coco be good? Oh, you can't see my creature count. It's 16. It's 16. There's so few creatures you could count them by hand though. We should cut 4 creatures for 4 company. Alright, I'm gonna do this and hope they just flood the board this turn, and then we just Clarion them. So now we can Feather, and then Clarion doesn't kill Feather. I need that face as a meme. I have to go back and look at it. Maybe we'll screenshot it for a video at some point, a video thumbnail. Yeah, go wide around my angel. My angel likes it when you go wide, opponent. I have a Gruul deck that doesn't play Questing Beast, Embercleave, Atarka, or Company. I'll show it off at some point. We'll see. Concession Clarion? Okay. 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 Goodbye, friends. Sweet, Steve. Yeah, I have the Grixis. We're going to play Grixis Dragon's Control later today, and I've got 2K Command in it. Seems very reasonable addition to the archetype. Whiskey Dingo. I think I might have missed your 38. If I did, I'm sorry. If I didn't, thank you again. They made a magic card named Damn. Does it kill something? Does the magic card named Damn target things so I can say damn it and point at something on the board? It does, God bless. Black, bury a thing, 2 white. What? That's insane. That's sweet. That's a sick design. Man, I'm gonna have to play some Magic online, aren't I? B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Alright, so do we Reckless Rage here to kill this before it gets bigger? I think I have to, right? As much as I want to save it to target this. Reckless Rage. Some things die while others feel the pain. Reckless Rage. Roborax, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. What are spells? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Yeah, whoever, feel free to post a link to the card we're talking about in chat, people. Noise. So this is 7, 8, 9, 10, right? This is lethal. It really is sweet. Destroy target creature. A creature destroyed this way can't be regenerated. Overload, hit everything. Our opponent conceded. Got it. That's sweet. Yeah, that's a modern card. It's Modern Horizons 2 design. You could say damn it all when you overload it. Yep. Yeah, regeneration exists in Modern. Regeneration exists in Pioneer. I did see Vindicate. I'm gonna vindicate things, damn it! This might be wrong. It might be right to wait to play this till turn 3. It's maybe right to play this tapped. I'm gonna lose this creature and then not have anything to do. Yeah, this is probably wrong. Come on, just play a Pyromancer or something. Should have played a tap flame last turn. This is part of the problem with this deck too, is like, you can't play your threats out till you have protection for them in a lot of situations like this, which means you just have to like take a bunch of turns off. You have to like choose between taking a bunch of turns off or like having a pretty bad wrong half problem. My mom said playing Magic was evil, but the bad word card confirms this. Yeah, it's new, Jin. It's really sweet. Yeah, it's fantastic. Hey, Slow. Thanks for the 29 months. Welcome back. Appreciate the prime. Forbidden Friendship. Oh, my body is ready to get a Tarkin's commanded chat.
Go get him, buddy.
The higher CMC batter, it's not an upgraded batter skull. That new card is gonna teach me how a lot of people don't understand batter skull. I've already corrected like 3 people on this card today. That card is much worse than batter skull in a lot of situations. Not only is lifelink important, but the ability to pick it back up and put it back down is important. I sequenced wrong here. I should have blocked a 1-2 and then fought the... No, it would have been the same, right? Never mind. Yeah, and you cast Batter Skull for 5 mana, a pretty significant amount. The better play would be to block the giant. That's a good point. If I was going to make it indestructible anyways, blocking the giant is much better. Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, I'd be at 4 right now if I had blocked the giant. Okay, I mean, if they brick off again next turn, we could kill them. This is the part where they draw a deal 3 and we should be at 4 if I had played better. Yep, yeah, I've played this game before. I deserve that one. That one I deserve, chat. They did do the typical mono red, we're gonna tank for a second before we kill you, but yeah. $64 cards for a trims here. Trim around the edges. Rip. Being bottom that. Alright, I'm gonna do what I should have done in the first game and play a tap land here so I can play 10th District with a thing up on. Okay, and now they have Stomp, so I'm gonna play this. Hey, thanks for the 39 months, Sunback. Welcome back. technically a tempo negative exchange for us. Oh, I could fight and prevent damage there. It didn't matter because they had the second one, but yeah, fight prevent damage would have been better. Good call. Now, I think it was actually worse with Stifle Priority, was my conclusion at the end. I think Stifle's much worse than Tail's End in this format. Even though Tail's End costs 2, the flexibility of countering things is huge. I really don't think that's shocking at all if I'm being honest. Like, as someone who's played a lot of Historic, Stifle didn't jump out at me as an effect that I wanted more of. Like, the only reason Stifle is an iconic card from Legacy is because fetch lands see play there, and Stifle is 1-mana Stone Rain in that format. Like, Stifle as an effect generically isn't that good in Magic. This is pretty decent. Speaking of things that are good. I'm gonna bottom that, actually. Nice. What if you were just telling us what we wanted to hear instead of being honest? Sorry, I'm a Democrat. QTP Wolf, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this morning. Alright, so we likely win the first game if I don't punt it. That game we won pretty handily, but we were also on the play, right? Like this game will be the hard one where we're on the draw. Oh man. Oh, I gotta pull these up on stream. Wriggler, are you in chat? I'm gonna pull up what you sent me on stream. I don't know if Wrigley's in chat or not. They're this wonderful sub that does all of our backgrounds that you see during my starting soon screen. They just sent me a new batch for the open this weekend. They're color shifted versions of Magic artwork that match the color theme, but yeah, they're gorgeous. Elishnorn, Culligan's Command, Jin Gitaxis, and Grizzly Salvage. Like, they look phenomenal. Yeah, definitely. The other ones look good too, but like these are definitely like a step up. Look fantastic. Eskimo Force, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And this is unfortunate. I gotta mulligan this, right? Okay, I mean, Clarion and Klothys are kind of like go over the top win cards this matchup, right? I think I'm just gonna bottom these, just like hope we hit our third land on 3. will double check that they're okay with it, Lampton, but I would be surprised if they weren't okay with me sharing them. I'll ask them via Discord. Can you ask them about buying an NFT and if I could use said NFT to suits? Red Cap Melee. Look at the way they massacred my girl, chat. She didn't deserve that. What did Feather Redeemed ever do to you, opponent?
Control. Go get him, buddies.
Yeah, GW, I'm considering I am considering installing Magic Online again.
Right now.
Yeah, we'll see. So I looked at my calendar. Apparently Modern Horizons 2 releases on Moto on the 17th of June. And the 16th, 17th, 18th are actually days I need to take off for Cub Scout camp, like I mentioned yesterday. So that's probably fine though, because getting new constructed cards on Moto is kind of a crapshoot the first couple of days. So maybe I'll send out a sub poll. That's how we'll decide it. On my June subscriber poll towards the middle of the month, I will ask if folks want me to try some Modern. And if there is a desire from people who pay my bills to see it, we'll do it. Yeah, that seems like the most reasonable direct way. I send out my monthly poll anyways. Clarion, my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are gone. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Do 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 do. I think we shocked there in case they have red cap. That's fair. I don't know. I think with Klothys we still win that game, right? Can we get an option in the sub-survey for NFT jokes? Nah, I'm not going to stop doing those. People often ask me, like, Jeff, why don't you post questions about, like, discussing politics on your sub-survey? And that's because I only ask questions on the sub-survey that I intend to allow influence my behavior. So, like, in the case of politics, it isn't worth me asking, do people want me to talk about politics or not? Because I don't intend to stop doing that. If I think a topic's important, I'm going to talk about it. But, like, something like Modern's a great question to ask because it's like, you know, this is something different that it would change my behavior if subs want to see it. So, I'm on the fence, but are there people that pay me that want to see it would be a good way to decide. Yeah, we mulliganed to 5 this game. Deafening Clarion definitely doing some heavy lifting there. Honestly, we would have been 3-0 in this matchup, right? If I hadn't punted the first game. And for the record, like, when I send out the sub-survey next month, or someone that support my content, just be honest with it. I don't know that I have super strong feelings either way, which is why I'm gonna put the question on the survey. Like, if it's a resounding no, I won't feel bad about it. Danny, thank you for the 14 months. Welcome back. What type of cards have me hyped? Crappy fair mid-range cards. I want to vindicate people. Oh, chat. Sometimes I wish I could recapture childhood innocence. Christy just sent me a message, and she says, I made Jacob bacon and dry toast, and he says it's the best breakfast he's ever had. Oh, to be easily pleasable. So, we really need a reckless reach here. Okay, Dromcom kinda works here. So we just like Dromcom fight the Scoots. Do we get Feather down first? I think I want to get Feather down first, huh? They have black sources. Do I expect them to have removal? Yeah, the black's probably for something like Register. I'd expect some removal post-board. Yeah, I don't know that I expect removal game 1. Now, one thing that's a touch awkward here is that I can't flash back anything with Feather or with Dreadhorde Arcanist, because Feather means that don't actually go to the bin. Is something to think about here. Historic Anthology 5 is a good pickup. The other Historic Anthologies are not very good. If you're interested in what other sets you should be getting from 4 Historic cards, you should check out my most recent top 5 video. Do you have anything that deals with Rowanus? Yeah, murdering their board. So I think I want to put the counter on Dreadhorde and then fight the Steel Leaf. Yeah, they will get to eat whatever they discard here. It could have been right to kill the Scavenging Ooze because of that, but I also don't really want to take a hit this turn. I went on Charizard James's weekly podcast last week to talk about historic stuff with him and some other creators. So, like, they can make their Scavenging Ooze a 4/2 so they can attack with Rowanus, but that's not very good because the Rowanus just bumps off my feather here. Oh, sweet, and they tapped off of... Ooh, Soul-Scar Mage is a great pickup because it means that... Fight as one can make two things indestructible. I think I want a Defiant Strike here to try and draw a land. Oh yeah, it does also let us kill Rowanus. Observation. This is exactly the type of matchup Feather wants to play against. Just like a creature deck that doesn't really have much in the way of interaction. They're just trying to linear us. Getting Feather on board in situations like this just lets us dominate them. And just don't even have good attacks here. Yes, fighting counts as non-combat damage, so it will put minus counters on Rowanus. Yep, we're solidly locked out here. Alright, extra Reckless Rages sound great. I don't think Clarion's actually good here. Seems kind of slow. We have a lot of 4+ toughness things. This is pretty okay with Soul-Scar Mage. Need 2 cuts here. What are Ajani in the sideboard for? The control matchup. As an ultimate that Jeskai usually can't beat. And it picks 2 drops back up for your discard pile. And it also makes your creatures bigger. Need 2 trims here. Mostly just keep trimming these harvests post board, which is fine. They're kind of just filler. Jamie, thanks for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people who can send that to every month. Thanks for sending it this way this month. Morning, wait. Appreciate the 16. Yeah, Ajani is better than something like Luris, for example, because Ajani, so what I'm searching for, Ajani doesn't die to sweepers. Now, in the post-board games here, I'm expecting my opponent to have more interaction, so I'm going to go ahead and wait to play Feather since we drew the 4th land, and I have protection in hand for her. Climbed from Diamond 4 to Mythic with the deck I'm going to play in the open, so I guess you could say I'm ready to O2 drop. God bless. Four mana and no plays, chat. We're in an okay spot, heads up on board. If they don't have a removal spell here, we're actually in a pretty decent position. Okay, that's kind of a removal spell.
Oh, I am gonna love tearing this place to the ground.
Trimming some is fine. Definitely don't cut all of them.
My, how you've grown.
Okay, so I think we start here before I decide how I want to block. Another Defiant Strike. I think we go this here, these two here, go to 2. Go to 1, sorry. Trample. Are we dead? Not dead yet. Everybody calm down. Nobody panic! We're not dead on board.
Too many species die
All
already.
you can ask for. Yeah, they updated a number of small interface things in this most recent patch. That dead to a removal spell, dead to a haste creature. Not dead heads up, however. And honestly, if they don't kill us here, we have a lot of card selection, chat. Going in the God, thanks for the follow. It is a nice draw. Yep, Reckless Rage is the best draw in our deck. Yeah, this makes him sack Brain Maggot. This is an enchantment creature. So if I Blossoming Defense this, it goes to a 4/5. Oh, 5/6. Yes. Okay, so we do this. And then I think I play around something like a Questing Beast here and I hold this back. Oh, this is going to be back now. That's fine, though. Yeah, I'm just going to go no attacks. Then we go to end of turn. These come back. And then before we pass the turn, we do this and say 1/1 counter fight. I could also sack the enchantment and lose my Soul-Scar Mage. That's probably not worth it. Are we dead, chat? Can I get a recount on the are we dead question? One is not none, chat. I think I want to trade those. I guess this is bad. I guess this is bad because if they have another eliminate, I lose my only creature. Yeah, this is probably bad. Yeah, I think I should have protected my feather. They had Thoughtseize. Alright, it all worked out. Everything turned out better than expected. Yeah, the fight is non-combat damage, yep. Reckless rage. Some things die while others feel the pain. Reckless rage. It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do. It's also worth noting, if I wouldn't have Reckless Rage there, if I'd have drawn a card first, we'd have killed them with these two. So I've technically missed lethal here. So if they peel something that deals 1 to us, I deserve it. It really, you and me both, Precipic. You and me both. Listen, chat. If you win the game and you have more than 1 life left, you didn't use all your resources as efficiently as you possibly could. It's all about efficiency. We won with cards in hand. I was casting my spells. They just didn't want to go anywhere, Chip. I think Tempered Steel could be good now with the 2 additions. I think Tempered Steel was good before the additions. People just weren't working on it. Chat, there's so many great decks up on my website. If you haven't checked them out, I would highly encourage you to check them out. I had Temper Steel up there before this most recent expansion, and I think it got better with the expansion. Against a burn deck, I'm gonna hold on to this so I can protect it next turn, so it's my only resource. Do I have a favorite dad joke? It'll become apparent when I tell you my favorite bad dad joke. Listen, chat, I'm a trained professional, okay? I've got three children. And look, I even remembered the number of children that I have. I've been saying three for long enough now, it's starting to become second nature. Hear that, Haley? You exist. I have a fun Tempered Steel list. It's on my website. I swear they're up there. Chat, I've spent so much time and money putting decks on the website. Please use them. I would like the record reflect. We were talking about the sub polls earlier. And on the last sub poll, I think it was, I gotta go look. It was most people, one of the questions I asked was about the website. And most people that responded to the sub poll knew that my website existed. So that was like, you know. Responses, where was it? Does having deck lists on my website add value to my sub? 1.6%. 10 out of 600 responses said they didn't know I had a website. It's not bad. Does someone explain to you what a website is? It's like what people had before they had Twitters. Jeff just wants my cookies. Like a GeoCities, you understand. We couldn't win this matchup, chat. The gods willed it. The gods willed that we lose. It's like a tumbler. Finish him. Man. Where's a Reckless Rage when you need one? Reckless Rage or Dromcom would have both won the game here. Feels bad, man. So I have fight as one. If I fight as one, yeah, but if I, oh yeah, I guess Abundant Harvest can still hit Dromcom, right? I could fight as one these two, and then that's 5, 6, 7 they don't have to block. So yeah, I guess I have to Arcanist, Flashback, Harvest, Spike, Dromcom here. That's lethal still. Okay, I mean, this means I'm not dead on board. Oh, no, it does, because this will flashback pro red, right? Yeah, never mind. We're close. Oh, Infuriate gives, does Infuriate give trample? No, it doesn't, right? Is Clarion good here? They have small creatures, but they have a lot of spells, right? This probably isn't good enough. What do I want to trim here? I think I'd rather have Fight as one than Blossoming Defense, because their things are going to be pretty big. It's a worse giant growth. Oh, because it's red instead of green? Yeah. I agree that red cards are generally worse than green cards. Good enough. It might be right to wait to play this, but I don't really have a protection spell in hand. We just, like, pump up the jam here, right? We just, like, go all in. Sweet, that's another threat. That'll flash the stuff back. Yep. Yeah, making this a 5/5, 5 toughness seems great. And then even if they have an answer now, I've got other threats rolled up. Alright. It feels like there's a strong possibility they can't beat this card, right? And with the Feather draw, I'm going to lead on Arcanist here, because Arcanist flashes back something with Feather. It comes back to my hand. They have Reckless Rage of their own. That's super unfortunate. Got a Fade second Rage here. They're like Featherless Feather. Alright, so we want an untapped green source here. It's not terrible. Alright, so I think we murdered 10th District Legionnaire, right? Because that one grows up permanently. And then we're at 18. Is that a comfortable... Are we in a comfortable enough position to race here? We are. Yeah, this card's kind of scary. Yeah, I think Precipice take is... I think racing might be wrong because we're likely the one that's favored as the game goes along. Kill them next turn. Do we kill them next turn? No, we don't. And I think I'm just gonna chill at this point. I don't think there's any reason to die to a couple of cantrips off the top here. Nah, they could totally like cantrip into thinking to kill me. Yeah, or something like this. Oh, it's only 10. They could have, if they would have had a cantrip into that, we'd have died. And we still kill them this turn, right? Teaching our opponent why they shouldn't cut feather from their feather deck. Yeah, it's like Dromoka's command is like a reckless rage that's not just dead against just gut control. Is like a great way to put it. It like grows your creatures or counters lightning helixes or gets rid of search phrase, cantas, which is why we're on 4 rage, but 2 of them are in our sideboard, and we're playing 4 Dromcom's main. It's a flexible card that's dead in less spot. It's very good against red removal, that's for sure. Perfect. Let's just go ahead and Abrade here. One of the other kind of interesting dynamics in Dromoka's command is that Dromoka's command existing in this archetype means that you can play Abrade instead of Rip Apart because you have other ways to deal with enchantments. It looks really sweet, Jin. A lot like they just like went full off, just like all designs are fair game, like really excellent stuff. Excuse me? Excuse me? They're making Modern into Legacy Light. That's exactly what they're doing, Crockett. Big agree. It feels like they're creating Legacy Light. No, I don't know that it's a bad thing. I think it's just descriptive. I don't, for the record, I do not think that that's a bad thing. It's just like descriptively accurate. Yep, stay right there. Hey, Styles, thanks for the 20 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And since I know I want this card on top of my deck, I'm gonna go ahead and draw it here before my next scry happens. Nice. 13. I think I want to start powering up a second one here. Scry before I draw? No, because if I drew Feather Redeemed, I wanted to be able to get my thing back. Opponents drawn way less lands than us. They have more gas, but got 2 large 10th District Legionnaires. Sweet. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Dromoka's command to feel like... I wasn't expecting Dromoka's command to feel like as big of an upgrade as it's felt like in this set. It's the 21 styles. Dromcom's been really good. Then you'll be casting to open with me? Always. Covert Go Blue will be joining me again as my co-commentator on Sunday. Always have a second person. Antonius Jax, thanks for Prime. Welcome to the channel this morning. I went ahead and cast the Defiant Strike there because I want to try and hit my land drop on curve. Also gives me a chance to draw a 2-drop for this turn. It's unfortunate. Wanted the upkeep scry there. Commentary can be anyone associated with Cool Stuff Inc. Right? I mean, it technically could be anybody I wanted, but Cool Stuff Inc. pays my co-caster for me if I use one of their sponsored people, yeah. So from an economic perspective, I'm going to be favoring Cool Stuff Inc. people in the future from now on. I tentatively have Ali Andrazi lined up as my co-commentator for the July Open. The Open series will be taking a short hiatus in June. Yeah, the people that made Untapped.gg are professionals. They did Hearthstone extensions and statistics stuff before getting into Arena. Not much we could do this game. Had a couple of well-placed removal spells, and we didn't have our extra color mana. Reckless Rage, Abrade, Klothys, Clarion. Much from here. I think I probably want to favor Blossoming Defense rather than Fight as One, because pushing extra damage sounds good. I guess Fight as One's easier to cast on average, though. Two more trims here. What are the last two? I don't think I can get rid of all the harvests, especially when I'm bringing in more threes. It's just like a couple of Defiant Strikes. Don't really have time to cantrip as much. Well, poop. Planning doing 3 or 4 decks today. Planning to do 4, Uncle Jeff, at a minimum. At least 4. I went a little bit shorter yesterday than I was planning to, because I was a little bit beat, because I was up at 4 AM yesterday, but I got a good night's sleep last night, so if we have a decent viewer count, I might do a 5th too. See how things are going. It's hard to predict afternoon metrics. I mean, I've been playing Magic Arena a lot. I haven't played against a single piece of main deck Graveyard Hate. The thing you have to be willing to accept if you're gonna play something like Reanimator is that if someone's salty and doesn't want to lose to your deck, they're not gonna lose to your deck. That's the trade-off for doing something really powerful in a format like this. Like, there's powerful cards that hate on you. Oh yeah, I watched the Horizon Forbidden West release trailer yesterday, or first gameplay footage yesterday. Gosh, it looks awesome. They added a grappling hook for mobility and a Breath of the Wild style glider. Like, looks very good. Looks like they added some more options to the melee combat part of the game as well, which is something the first one was really lacking in. Yeah, the environments in terms of how you use them for the combat look incredible. Yeah, I think we're gonna get ground out here on the recursive threats. The fact that we started on 5 cards didn't do us any favors here. Yeah, Forbidden West will definitely be a game that, for my variety segments, we'll be starting that one the day it releases. That's my number one. The first one was my number 1 title of all time for variety stuff. It's just so good. I believe Horizon Zero Dawn for free on PlayStation is past at this point. We do not have a release date yet. However, during their stream yesterday, they implied that their release is on track. So hopefully still coming later this year. I saw an ad, take my money and make it go away. Thanks for the Prime, Epic. When is Modern Horizons 2 releasing on Arena? Asking the real questions. Do you mean MTGO? Or was that not a joke? Horizons isn't an Arena set, Jin. It's a Paper Boomer MTGO only set. I mean, we have a Modern Horizons 2 card right here, chat. We already have Modern Horizons 2 on Magic Arena. No, we have 0. Wizards of the Coast is not being transparent or sharing at all what their release plans are for stuff regarding Historic adding more cards. They're basically just like, hey, surprise, there's a Historic card release next month type stuff. They're giving us no advance information or sharing of anything. Nature Arcanist here. I'm bringing in Vanguard. Each from like a feather and 2 Arcanists. We're bringing in other threats, so I think that's probably fine. Still have 20 creatures in my deck with those trims. Yeah, I mean, like, I understand why, like, there's 100% a reason why they don't share things, right? If you don't share your internal release dates, no one can bitch when you miss them. Is 100% the reason why they don't get shared. Yeah, definitely, Bob. In fact, if we get smoked here, we're probably going to do one more match with this, but I could do Abzan Reanimator after this deck. Super down for that. I've even got Ellis starred on my shirt today, Bob. But we're clothed and ready for Ellis. Ship her to me. Hey, DMS, thanks for the 40 months. And if you would like to get yourself a sweet Ellis Norn shirt, check out Coalescence Apparel stuff. Use code HOGLANDIA is a great way to support my content while doing so. Would love to draw a white source next turn so we can go 10th District, Defiant Strike, Hold Up, Fight as one. Coalescence Apparel. Coalescenceapparel.shop. Well, I mean, that's technically a white source. And you do a lot of fantastic stuff. I'm gonna murder the crap out of this. Out of this land shit.
The land shall conquer you.
I think I have enough good spells. I'll just take a backup threat here. Do I know what this shirt is called? I actually... Oh, this is one of the Keepin' It 100 shirts. Keepin' It 100. I think it's one of their... That's their EDH focus series for different commanders. They just released a bunch of new ones. Hey, sounds good, Bob. I got it. We'll pull it up and I'll put some thought into it once we pull it up on stream. They could have, like, an Aether Gust here. You found it? Feel free to drop the link in chat, Socio Penguin, if you have it. Sick. The Praetorian, got it. Technically not Ellis, just a Praetor. It's a non-distinct Praetor, probably for copyright reasons, I would assume. Okay, so... I think I do this. Oh, and then I can hold up, I can kill, yeah, okay, so we can kill Nissa and still hold up fight as one for Wrath of God. Perfect. No blocks, go to 10. Heck no, we won't go. Fight together, fight together. I believe they only do t-shirts, Kraken. For 4 mana Stone Ring myself, go. Yep. I think I'm happy with how we boarded. And that was such a great example, right? Like, I cut Reckless Rage here because in general I don't want this card against their deck, but Dromoka's command is flexible enough that, like, I can keep in some removal here and not feel bad about it. The flexibility on these cards is so big. T-shirts, hoodies, and stickers, it looks like. Okay. They do make you get wrong, Toad Shirt. Honestly, so I don't know if the opponent's deck is doing this, but Elish Norn's a card we've been talking about a lot of in various Reanimator decks. There's probably a worthwhile control deck worth exploring Elish Norn in as well. Like, I'd be kind of surprised if there's not like a Bant ramp deck that like top ends Elish Norn. Sounds kind of gas. I was just like control from earlier. It was fine. I think it was worse than more traditional Jeskai. A little clunky. Yes, Adanto was an ace's draw. Any 2-drop was excellent here. Elish plus White Castle is a win condition. I bet Elish Norn's farts smell really bad. That is probably a pretty good win condition. Trying with the ramp deck that plays Elish and Elder Gargoth. Sure, yeah. Elish is pretty good with Nissa. Because Nissa makes a bunch of creatures for you, and she helps ramp you to Elish. It's probably great. Nice snow mana. Get punished. Look at all these snow-covered lands, chat. Tap all of them. Savor the flavor. They accepted Elish ramp build around? Yeah, definitely. Oh, I can't make this indestructible. Well, that's sad. I was like, oh, I want to make this indestructible and then fight with Dromcom. None of the Kaldheim gods are indestructible. Fire and Ice. Is that playable in Modern? It's probably not, right? No, I don't really know what's playable in Modern. These days, these kids and their Moderns. No, they're not. They're not talking about the Sword of Fire and Ice. That was already modern legal. I assume they're talking about I was thinking this was one trigger, but it's not.
Shelter in my stewardship. Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Yeah, Modern's definitely not about to get less efficient as a format. Gosh, listen to all these magic zoomers. No chat, Fire and Ice is a magic card. It's a split card from my childhood. Stop making me feel old, chat. Old man shouting at chat. Yep. Damn, kids these days don't even know that Fire and Ice is a magic card. I think we're dead, huh? That's true. Technically, a Sword of Fire and Ice is also from my childhood. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. Guess we just pass and hope they have nothing. I don't think we're beating spells at this point. Maybe beat Akira. They can't beat like Hydrate Creases or some other big ramp thing. Feather with like a Dromcom underneath it could get us going though. With Fight is one to buy us a little bit of time.
Harness the elements.
It's a big attack, chat. God, this makes all of them bigger too. Yeah, we're dead. I lied, we can't beat Northengard. Is Fight is one better than God's Willing? Significantly. Being able to counter God's Willing doesn't make the cut in this deck at all. God's Willing is worse than both Blossoming Defense and Fight is one. Fight is one, letting you save your creatures against things like Wrath of God is a pretty big deal. Pretty pleasantly surprised by this deck. Dromoka's command went a long way towards fixing issues that this archetype felt like it had. You still have some of the kind of typical wrong half deck problem where like you don't have the right mix of creatures and spells to play with those creatures, but Dromoka's command being a way to interact with creatures post board in the control matchup definitely felt really good. Like, there were certain sideboard plans that some control decks would have where like, ugh, do I have to leave in some Reckless Rage here? I really don't want to, but I need some way to interact. And Dromcom gives us a reasonable way to do that while also killing things like Shark Typhoon and Baffling End. Yeah, Abundant Harvest isn't flashy, but it was reasonable in this set as well. Just like little bit of hand smoothing helped us hit our land drops. I wasn't sure if 22 lands was going to be enough, but with Abundant Harvest, it was definitely enough. So, yeah, I think if you're someone that loves Feather, this deck felt very reasonable. I don't know that I have any specific suggestions for things to change or do otherwise, but this felt decent for sure.